I think the thing I would do is what you've just spent there is some time looking at the past. Perfectly reasonable thing to do.
As most voters are doing.
But this election is not about the past. It's about the future.
Most voters are judging you on your record. That is the past.
Well, voters do two things at elections. They absolutely look at the record to judge how you've performed in the past. You know, I would pick up over the last 14 years our success on education, where we've actually got 90% of schools good or outstanding, and primary school children the best readers in the world. That's about how you deliver opportunity. I think it's a very strong record. I can do a list, but that's the one I would pick as my top one. But elections are about the future. They're about the offer in front of us, and our offer's being properly scrutinised, as you're doing this morning. And my argument is Labour should be scrutinised. There's a load of taxes coming if there's a Labour government.
But let me put you something...
Yeah, but the point is elections
specifically.
Trevor, elections are choices,
let me just go back to something that you've actually just said. Let me go back to something. Voters do remember, and they judge you on what you've done. You said to me this morning that, that you've brought down taxes. That's not true. You are prefiguring a tax burden of 37.1% in the next Parliament. Taxes are going up in this country.
No, Trevor, I didn't.
That's what people judge you on.
I didn't say we'd cut taxes over that period. I said we were cutting taxes. We have just cut taxes.
I've just told you. You're pushing them up to 30. You're pushing them up to 37.1%. The whole burden. On personal taxes, you have, since 2010, raised the threshold. It is estimated by AJ Bell, the stockbrokers, and the IFS, that that's the equivalent of a 3.5% increase in the main rate of income tax. You have put personal taxes up.
No, hang on. Since 2010, we've over doubled the personal tax threshold, so we've reduced taxes for people over that period. And it's the case now, if you're someone at work, the personal tax rate that you face, the combination of the rate and the threshold, the rate you face is the lowest for 50 years with the two cuts we've made in national insurance. Now, if you look at the choice-facing
Unless you happen to be one of the 5 million people who have been dragged into higher rate tax bans since then.
If you look at the future, under Labour, the tax burden will reach an all-time high. Pensioners will be paying tax on the basic state pension for the first time ever. That isn't going to happen under us. We've got a manifesto, fully costed, fully funded, that cuts people's taxes, cuts the taxes on working people. By contrast, the Labour Party is going to put them up. That's a very clear choice for people. And Labour won't rule out things like council tax revaluation, council tax band increases. And these aren't just things I'm making up. In Wales, where Labour's been in power for 25 years, they are literally legislating today, at the moment, to increase council taxes on people in Wales. It is very reasonable to say, if that's what they're doing in Wales, why won't they rule it out in England? And I think it's reasonable for us to warn the public about that. And I think the public will, when they consider it, will realise an ordinary working person can't afford a Labour government.